guaranteed to be a good time here on the TGC network. Today's event will be one single round only, so this one's for all of the marbles. Let's get down to that first tee, see what happens. From 240 yards away. And here's the 3-wood. And this one is on the green with a lengthy putt ahead. Oh my gracious, that was close. This one's about a 7-footer. And a nice putt. And now let's see what the second hole has in store. Yeah, it looks like a 5-iron. And that approach is safely on the green, but a whole lot of work to do for that next putt. And that one goes in for the bird. And now teeing off on the par 5. Well, I think this one's going to find short grass. And I think he will be happy with that. From 130 yards. Here is the pitching wedge. And that next putt is going to be an epic one, that's for sure, but they're on the green. And that one will drop for birdie. And the wind could be an issue on this next hole. We're going to have to see how this tee shot goes. And nothing wrong with that shot. And from 135 away. And going with the 9-iron. This one's looking pretty good. 14 feet away. For the bird. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. And I think this one's going to find the fairway. And about 150 yards to the pin here. Going with the 9-iron here. I think he'll like that. And this one's for birdie. This shot is looking too good. And that was just pretty to watch. Long, long putt right into the cup. And moving on to the 6th. Going with the 5-iron here. And pretty sure he's going to like that.
And about 14 feet to the cup.
For the birdie.
And now we find ourselves on the 7th hole tee off.
This one's looking pretty good so far.
And this for the birdie.
Okay, and let's have a look at the leaderboard.
Okay, we find ourselves now on the 8th hole tee off.
I think he'll like that.
And from 150 yards.
Here's a pitching wedge. And that approach shot was just amazing. And tapping in for the bird.
And on to the 9th hole.
Well, this one's looking like it's finding the fairway. And that's a pretty inspiring shot just there, hitting this par 5 green in 2 definite eagle possibilities. Ooh, and that was very close. It just didn't drop.
And this one's about 3 feet from the cup.
And that'll drop for birdie.
Okay, and the 10th hole.
And just launched this drive.
From 130 yards out.
Going with the 9-iron. And this one's looking pretty good. And that shot will be on the green with a fairly lengthy putt ahead. For the birdie.
Okay, now moving on to the 11th.
It appears to be heading for the fairway here.
And let's see how this one goes. They're setting up below the hole.
All right, and he's on.
And this putt's for birdie.
And folks, this is looking too good. And that one drops for the birdie.
And next up is the par 5.
And this shot's looking promising.
From 245 yards to the pin.
Fantastic. And hitting this par 5 in 2 is going to open up some real interesting possibilities.
Ooh, unfortunate. And this putt's about 3 feet away. All right, let's see what happens on the 13th hole here.
And a promising looking shot here.
And about 120 yards out from here.
And he will like that.
And this for the birdie. And for the par. And setting up now on the 14th tee.
Well, this one's looking pretty good.
And from 160 yards out.
Here's a 9-iron.
From here, about 33 feet. And about 4 feet from the cup.
And the par putt will drop.
And now getting ready to tee off on this par 3.
And this is looking a bit long, I think. I think that one will play on the green now.
And this putt's for birdie.
And that one will drop.
And now setting up on the 16th tee.
And this drive is just incredibly powerful.
And now setting up from the rough.
This one's going in the bunker. That's a nice shot out of the sand, and not a whole lot of work to do for birdie. And that one goes for birdie.
Okay, and moving on to the 17th now.
Going with the 8-iron here.
And this putt is for birdie.
And finishing this hole out with a solid putt.
And now teeing up for the final hole of the round.
And just a powerful drive here.
And this next shot is setting up above the hole, so let's see what happens.
Well, it's not on the top of the list of best approach shots today. And I think they'll blame that on the wind. Ooh, that's too bad.
And this putt is for a final round score of 58.
And that putt drops on in for par.